Hello everybody, Grizzly Bear Games here with some more Hitman 2 gameplay. This time we are in Colorado for some Silent Assassin suit only, no knockouts on master difficulty again. This is probably the hardest map to get Silent Assassin suit only in my opinion, but I've figured out a pretty good strategy for getting it done. I'm just going to show you guys today.
Welcome to Colorado.
Okay, so we're going to start off by heading into this shed so we can pick up our lockpick, which we'll be using later on. I'm going to head around the edge of the compound to the mechanics area where we will set up the Maya Parvati kill. This map's really particular with the timing for Silent Assassin suit only, at least for this strategy anyway, so we've got to be pretty precise with how we do things and get the timing perfect. But this first bit here is pretty easy to get past. It's not until we get to the house where things become pretty difficult. As we go through this window here, we just need to be careful the guy on the left is turning around so he doesn't spot us. And now we can set up the Maya kill. We're going to pick up this wrench here and we're going to head around through the other door and here. Just make sure this guy turns around, and then this big propane tank, we're going to loosen it. Now we're just going to duck into cover here because the guy that's working on the van, he's going to be our cue for when we move again. He stops working on the van, then he heads over to that red trolley thing, and he'll move back over to the van, and after he's done that again, that's our cue to get ready. So he heads over again. The reason why we're hiding is so he doesn't spot us, but now he's working on the front of the van. Now we're going to throw our wrench over here in the garage. This is because the guy who's inside the garage, he will come out and he'll start smoking again, but he does it at the propane tank, which will now start an oil leak, so you know, he'll blow himself up instead of Maya. So the wrench has distracted him, so he's not going to come over in time. But now Maya is here, and we're going to shoot here and set her on fire. Maya is probably the easiest kill, except for maybe Ezra. But we're just going to wait for this guy here to go over and investigate. And when the coast is clear, we're going to head through the garage again, the way we came. So out here we're going to pick up this brick, which we'll be using later on for the Ezra kill, and we're going to head around the outskirts once again. I find this a lot easier to head through the outskirts. It takes a bit longer. You can run through the middle, but I tend not to. Just be careful of this guy here, and there's two guys further down the path. One of them will start walking, but he does a head turn and he will look at you, and if you're not careful he can spot you. Just when the coast is clear, we're just going to head behind them both. We're going to get our gun out here, because this is where we're going to set up the Ezra kill. There he goes there. Ezra's heading into the garage, so I'm just lining up a shot. I'm just going to wait for him to get in, make sure the door's closed and everything. And here I fuck up and I miss the camera the first time somehow. And one of the guys outside, he will come and investigate now, but it's not too much of an issue because Ezra is in the garage for a good 45 seconds to a minute. But we just need to make sure that we don't get too close to the garage, otherwise it will set off the conversation that Ezra is having, and that delays things. Because if there's a scripted, you know, conversation or something happening inside the garage, in this instance, if you get too close, you will trigger it and you'll hear the full thing. Whereas if you use instincts and you can see characters, you know, walking around the map talking to people, but you're not close enough, it doesn't trigger the actual dialogue and it happens much quicker. It's only if you get too close it will start triggering actual scripted events. But if we don't get too close, Ezra, he won't be in the garage for as long. So we're just going to wait here for him to come out. Here he comes here. As soon as the door opens, we're just going to throw a brick over here. And luckily Ezra for the most part doesn't have guards with him, only really in the basement. So he won't have any VIP status to tell a guard to go and investigate it for him, and he'll go over himself. We're just going to sneak up behind him and we're going to poison him.
Okay, I get the job.
And we're going to also pick up the goodies that he drops. He drops 3 things. The basement keys are the only thing we really need. The reason I've poisoned him is because there is some guards that patrol along this path, and depending on the timing they can spot the body, whereas if you poisoned him it doesn't ruin your silent assassin, which is great. Now we're just going to hide behind this cart and just wait for these guys to get in the right position. The 2 guards here, they're not really a problem. The one on the left can do a head turn, which can, you know, catch a glimpse of you, but it's not too much of an issue. It's more this guy here that we're now following. And we just need to walk past this gate on the left, otherwise the guy who's the drill sergeant, he will start spotting you. I think if you sprint he does spot you, but if you walk he doesn't spot you in time because the like suspicion meter doesn't fill up properly if you're walking. Now I'm just going to get here. There's a guy in the window who's just left, which is perfect timing for us to use our lockpick on this gate. And we're going to head over to the right. Now as you can see here, Sean Rose is just in time for us, so we're going to head into the house with him. This camera here in front of the door is a fucking nightmare. You have to be really, really careful with it, get the angling perfect, and you have to really hug the wall, otherwise it will spot you. But we're getting fine luckily, and Sean will start looking at the clock, and we're going to just subdue him for now. But as we are subduing him, the guard upstairs will hear it, so we're going to quickly grab him, drag him to the door, open the door with the key we picked up from Ezra, and we're going to quickly drag Sean Rose downstairs. This guard here can be a bit unpredictable with his timings and how he moves around, so it was a bit risky here, but he goes to inspect the tornado shelter door, which is good. So I'm just going to drag Sean behind the stairs, and we're going to leave him here for now. I'm just going to run around and we're going to pick up the lethal syringe off the top of this cupboard, and we're going to head back upstairs ready for the Penelope Graves kill. As you can see, she is just heading up the path now, so we're going to hide in this box. In she comes. We're just going to wait for the right timing for the guards outside as well as the hackers over in the other room. Just going to wait for this guy to move, and we're going to leave the box and we're going to poison her.
I bet Rose tinkers with it.
So there she goes. She's poisoned. We're going to pick up Sean Rose's key because why not? Add it to our collection. And we're going to head back downstairs. And the guards over near the guy who's being interrogated, we're just going to kill Sean Rose by snapping his neck. And we're going to head over to the guy and we're going to use our emetic syringe just to get this guy out of the way for a bit. So we're going to poison him and we're going to head back to Sean Rose.
Wait, people. Oh, I've got to find a bathroom right now.
This guy will head over to the bin in the corner over there near the stairs. And it's our perfect opportunity to drag Sean Rose over to the scanner to get into the tornado shelter. I find it quite funny how you bear hug Sean Rose as his guard is just vomiting in the corner. Now we're just going to drag Sean Rose into the storm shelter with us. And there we go. So that's Silent Assassin, suit only, no knockouts, master difficulty on Colorado. Thank you very much for watching guys, and goodbye.